My name is B.R. McDonald. I work at Persistent Systems. I've been with the company for 10 years, and I am the Senior Vice President for Field Technical Services and Support. Persistent Systems is a manufacturer. We're really in the business of providing a communication fabric to the Department of War, to law enforcement, and we work internationally, and we build mobile ad hoc network devices. So what does that mean? Think about mesh networks in the world of data, which we're all moving to with drones, robots, sensors. You need a network deployed, whether it's on soldiers or even on officers, at the NYPD or in Los Angeles, to be able to access that data. So we manufacture a product called the MPU-5, and then some other audio devices and peripheral devices, and soldiers and officers and folks wear those to access the network. What we imagine is, taking our network, which is, an MPU-5, the MPU-5, just, to be clear, is a radio, but it's really more of a network device that brings all of this data to the officer or to the soldier, or to the operator. We have a device that sits on, which we'll be showcasing at SHOT, which is called the Personal Transport 5. That connects to our radio, and then it connects you to the 5G infrastructure that already exists. So if you stop by our booth at SHOT Show, you'll see that in action. And that is a technology and capability we call cloud relay. And that means that as you go down into a subway tunnel, or you go underground, or you go inside of a building where traditional communications don't exist or don't work well, you can still access the internet essentially, but what we call cloud relay, and get back to the person you're trying to connect with, or see where your buddy is, or your peer is on a map. So the Personal Transport 5 is the component that we really want people to come see in action on a technology we call cloud relay. What we're actually doing at SHOT is giving those that come by the booth an experience to literally step inside of this data, if you will. So, we always talk about, it's hard to talk about what a network is. People know about drones, all these things are flying around, but it's not so much that people care about that there's a cool drone flying or there's a robot moving on the street. It's what can that robot do for me? What can I see that robot sees? Can I move the arm on a Boston Dynamics Spot quadruped robot to manipulate a door or go inside of a building? So what we're actually doing is creating an experience where if you stop by our booth, you can put on our radio in a tactical kit, and you can step inside and take control of these different platforms. Those platforms are to include Teledyne FLIR's 2 FirstLooks. Those are throwable robots. So when you put on the kit, you're going to be able to see what that robot sees and drive it around our booth. We're going to have an R70 quadcopter, which is going to be hanging. That quadcopter has a camera on it. On our radio and on our device, you can simply swipe to a different app, move away from driving the FirstLook robot, and now you can steer the camera that drone has on it. And then we move into, Boston Dynamics is going to be there. Most people know them for, their antics on America's Got Talent or whatever, doing all sorts of dancing. They're actually proliferating across the law enforcement community with their quadruped Spot robot. And of course, on that robot has things like sensors and has a camera, and you're able to manipulate that. So we're going to have Peraton Remote Tech's going to be there, Hood Tech Technologies in there, EO5 camera as well. So all of that, the whole idea is come experience the network itself, experience the data firsthand. And for us at Persistent Systems, it's a way to showcase, the world that we're moving into, and how our network, the MPU-5 and all of its, accessories allow you to be part of that and take control and be in command. The SHOT Show is a massive event. The best way I like to describe it is if you walk into registration, you get your badge, take a left, and you'll see a door right there. Just follow that, keep the wall on your right, and you'll see us back at that booth 44155 It's usually pretty packed, so definitely plan your trip and plan your show accordingly.